Hey everybody, this is Corbin Hostler. Well, thank you. This is my modern, and this is our Fevered Visions deck that we're playing. This deck has been up and down in testing. It's not great, I won't lie to you, but it's pretty fun when it works. So the goal is to bounce all of their stuff, get into Pyromancer Ascension going, get them under a Blood Moon Lock, get your Fevered Visions going, and just take them out. Getting Inquisition's a little bit annoying though. Sam would have been much better on the play. Basically, we want to have Fevered Visions or a Pyromancer Ascension resolve, and then use Eye of Nowheres and Boomerangs and engulf the shores. Just keep them from doing anything, keep them from killing us. It took days on doing. That's fine. I actually don't care too much about this card. At least not here in the early game like this. Nice, Fevered Visions, pretty good for us. All right, so we'll Eye of Nowhere this away. At least try to, anyways. Thought Scour himself. Okay, that's fine. So this is good. So we'll get a resolve Fevered Visions. Now, opponent didn't have a ton of cards in hand to begin with, but now we've essentially stolen the play from him. Oh well, looks like we may actually not resolve this, but we'll give it a shot. The decks don't always, yeah, those decks don't always run counters, so the Grixis decks. Assuming that's what it is. Okay, so we've got Remand up next turn. We have Eye of Nowhere. We have Fever Visions working on him. So this is a pretty decent start for us. Yep, doing himself a bunch of damage. See what he follows up with here. Something, something, please not Death Shadow. I think he's just playing Grixis Delver, though. Probably not. I mean, he could have Death Shadow. Although Death Shadow right now would not be alive. It would be a 0/0. Snapcaster Inquisition. That's actually a really good play. Because he can take our, probably our Remand, I imagine. Maybe the Eye of Nowhere. We will get to ping him with our Fever Visions to open him down to 11. Wipe Away is a nice draw. Can't do everything though, so I can either choose to hold up Wipe Away, or I can just Eye of Nowhere. I'm just going to Eye of Nowhere him. Nice, another Fever Vision. Not quite working out on the mana where we wanted to this time, but... So you can see our opponent, I mean, he's still got to deal 20 points to us. He doesn't have a ton of time to do it, and he's, you know, he can only do so much when he doesn't have much mana. And he's almost guaranteed to be taking 2 damage from these Fevered Vision for the rest of the game now that he's where he's at on cards. What he really wants is like a Gurmag Angler or Tassiger here. Or a Death Shadow, I suppose. Which would force us to pull the trigger and engulf the shore. And just nothing, huh? Okay. And our upkeep, he's going to Kolaghan's command us? I don't care much about that. Happy to pitch this land and just play another Fevered Visions. So he's going to buy back his Snapcaster Mage and make us discard. That's fine. His problem is going to be life, not anything else. Alright, let's scour ourselves here. Good, we hit the land. Alright, so we'll play another Fevered Visions and pass the turn. So we get to draw 2. If one of them's a bolt, we can bolt his Snapcaster. Not. But he's got 18 points to deal and 2 turns to do it, basically, unless he can deal with the Fevered Visions in play. So this is good for us. This is what we want in this matchup. Fevered Visions leads to more Fevered Visions. It's very strong. Now, I'm not sure exactly what he can have. Well, Death Shadow is basically the thing he can have. But we can wipe it away, so he needs a discard spell as well. So if he can't get rid of our wipe away think we're going to get there. Engulf the Shore will not kill it because we can only have 4 islands in play. But it looks like we're going to be fine. Opponent's at 3. Now he's discarding. Oh, he did have a Gurmag Angler. Alright, we even got a Remand here. We'll just pass a turn. The split second on Wipe Away is also pretty relevant. Which is nice. You don't see split second very often. Sure, you can bolt us. So we have Remand plus Wipe Away up here. Alright, Wipe Away the Death Shadow. Split second. Oh, that feels pretty good. I don't know if we're going to be able to win 2 more games against him after he sideboards. But hey, we just showed how our deck can sort of do its thing against a tier 1 deck though. So that feels pretty good. Regardless of what else happens, this is what you want to do. So that's pretty nice. He dealt himself a lot of damage and Fevered Visions closed it out before he could kill us. Sure, cycle. Echoing Truth is what you need, I guess. Echoing Truth of Fevered Visions. Sure, you get a Death Shadow. 12/12, it's the biggest Death Shadow gets. I think he might be looking for ways to kill himself, actually. Looking for a fetch land so he can fetch himself down to 0. That's what I'd be doing in this situation anyways. So last shot, does he pull the fetch land off the Serum Visions? Come on. Fingers crossed, no. Oh, good, he didn't. We killed him. Got the satisfaction. Okay, so looking at our sideboard here, I think we want the cages. Dispels are worth looking at. Rise from the Tides is pretty good, too. Like I said, their decks don't run a ton of discard. Engulf the Shore is actually not very good because it's very rarely going to hit a Death Shadow. The Remands are good. The Days Undoing are mediocre. We can get rid of one of those. And the bolts, I don't think we want to get rid of anything else. So maybe a cage. Like having 1 cage is good, but if you put too many blanks in this deck and dilute it too much, you don't really go very far. So I don't think the Angers would have been good. The Counterfluxes would be reasonable. I just don't really know what we'd be cutting for. Maybe a Wipe Away, but I'd rather just bounce his. I'd rather get a Fevered Visions or something down and bounce his Death Shadows than counter them. Since the more you dilute it, your spell base, into odd numbers, the worse your Pyromancer Ascensions become. Yeah, Crumble to Dust also like an interesting option because sometimes, especially on the play, if you go turn 2 bounce, turn 3 bounce, turn 4 Crumble to Dust, well, that's taking them off a lot of mana, and you get the the extra value of taking lands out of their deck with Crumble. They're they're good ones or whatever. The Blood Moons are definitely good here. Days Undoing is not a card. Going from 4 to 2 doesn't actually change very much for Pyromancer Ascension, since you have to exile this anyways. I believe, right? Oh, no, you don't actually. But it doesn't matter because it gets shuffled. I think. I don't know exactly how that silly card works. Either way, I've never had it come up where we're using that to trigger. Alright, this hand's real iffy, but I'm going to keep it. This hand is very good if it draws land. And we have a Thought Scour to get us there on the first turn. We have Remand to get us there after that. This is a very risky hand, but especially if you consider we're probably going to get a discard spell and the Fear Vision's be gone anyways. Alright. Good start, good start. We still need a fetch land so we can cast Fever Visions, but this is step 1. We also have Dispel up, if that matters. Don't know if I expect to get much in here, but it's knocking himself down to 11 already, so the Fever Vision is definitely good. He speeds the game up quite a bit by doing damage to himself Death Shadow style. He just has a turn 2 giant Death Shadow. Well, it's not giant yet, but it will be. That's what the deck does. Alright, we got a Boomerang. We got a Bolt we can't play. Gonna Eye of Nowhere a land of his. You know, let's hope that the Death Shadow doesn't do too much to us right away. Gosh, it's gonna be a 5/5 though, at least. Well, maybe if we can hit a land here. Okay. I assume that takes Fevered Visions. It might not. Unfortunately, I mean, he's down to 6, so it's a 7/7. If we had mountains, we could just have Bolt, play Bolt, kill him. Yeah, take this Fever Visions as expected. So we'll take 7, go to 13. Next turn we'll, I guess, Boomerang the Death Shadow. And be like super ideal to hit a land on our next turn. And we could hold up Dispel. Also, we can take 2. I mean, really, we can take 2 hits from it. So we'd even have a chance to possibly Boomerang and then remand it or something. The old turn 3 attack you with a 1 mana 7/7. It's pretty fair. Oh, great. That makes sense. Well, that feels pretty interactive. Don't think we're winning this one. What you call the nuts over there? I honestly think this card might get banned in Modern at some point. It's because it's basically a legacy card. It's like a better, I'd say better. It's like a better Tarmogoyf a lot of the time. I mean, he attacked us with a 1 mana 7/7 on turn 3, and then played a second 1 mana 7/7 on turn 3, while thought seizing us and casting Serum Vision. It's like that's just absurd. So like this is, I mean, this is a legacy. This is a better legacy deck. I'm gonna say it's better. It's a legacy deck in Modern that is also faster than legacy decks because your Death Shadow can't get forced. So it's actually pretty absurd. Okay, I don't think we have any outs to this one, so we're just gonna go ahead and play another game, and hope that he doesn't have the nuts like that because that was pretty silly. Still like what we got here. Just need to not have that happen to us. Yeah, Death Shadow is just weird that it's so good. Like, and that it existed for so long. Like it's been around since the creation of Modern and just never took off. And now it feels so dumb to be like this card needs to be banned, because like essentially it's just a 1 mana beater and it dies to everything. But in context, it's just dumb. I mean, he had 14 power and 2 different 1 mana creatures on turn 3 while thought seizing us. Like, yeah, this is 100% the best deck in the format. Maybe not Grixis version of it, but Death Shadow. And the fact there are so many versions of it just speaks to how broken the strategy itself sort of is. Alright, we'll remain down. Alright, well hopefully we'll get to cast this Fevered Visions next turn. Not just be dead. He gets to go to 10, at least. So he could Thoughtseize us again, and then plays first threat of the game, a 1 mana 5/5 or whatever. Okay. Sure, we're getting Thoughtseized. Alright, well I assume there goes 1 Fevered Visions. And he takes the Days Undoing. That's fine. Well, we play Feared Visions. This is our chance. This is our path to winning this game. And having the Eye of Nowhere is actually pretty good. If we can just stall until Fevered Visions kills him, that's what we want to do. We have our 4th land drop. Okay, well this means he didn't have gas yet. Well, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that, but it might mean that, and that's important. Let's see what he did here. He went top with it, top bottom. Okay, could have been worse. He's got another one, so he's going to draw, and he left up Swamp, so it's probably a Death Shadow. But you know what? I can actually bounce the Death Shadow. I mean, also, he doesn't have... Oh, wow, he just has nothing. Okay, we might get there. Because now we have a second Fevered Visions, and we have Dispel up. He dealt him, so he went so aggro, dealt him so much damage, we might get there. You need something really good here. Yeah, I mean, there's a Death Shadow we expected. One Death Shadow is not enough. Two would not even be enough. Yeah, look at this. He's going to go to 2 from these Fevered Visions. We just drop Bolt and kill him even. We did not. That's fine. Now I have nowhere the Death Shadow, and I think we win. Because if he counters, we have Dispel. If he counters again, we have another I have nowhere. Wow, okay. Think we're going to get there somehow. I'm not going to I have nowhere because we could draw, we're about to draw 2 cards. Which could be a whole bunch of relevant cards, so I'm not going to I have nowhere him. Not that I think it matters. I don't think we can lose. Well, I'm sure we can lose. I don't think we're going to lose. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's hope he doesn't kill us. We're at 15 life. He's got 2 Fever Visions he got to deal with. He went so aggro on his own life total here that he really actually made this an out for us. Like, Fever Visions takes a very long time to kill if you don't start the game at 11 life. If instead you sort of work your way down there, play out your small Death Shadow. Okay, I like it. Unfortunately, you're still dead. Inquisition yourself to get down to 3. Oh, can you play another card? Nope. So the first one doesn't kill you. Oh yeah, it does. They both kill you because it's then if they have 4 or more. Wow. Okay, we got there. Look at that. We just took down the best deck in Modern, right? The Death Shadow deck just crushed it. Crushed it with our Rise from the Tides out of nowhere Fevered Visions deck. This was a Brainstorm Brewery preview card, the podcast I do, and we very happy that I got the preview and very happy that I was able to win a match with it in Modern. That was awesome. Good games.